Hi Capricorn, here's a general look at your solar chart for April 2011. Now, for your information, Saturn's going retrograde all month and Mercury will be going retrograde up until the 23rd. So occasionally, depending on the connection it might make, either of those planets make with your natal chart, there's going to be hold-ups or delays or go-slows or having to reschedule. Could affect communications in general, communications equipment, contacts with people, appointments, and also vehicles, transport, that kind of thing. So, with that knowledge in mind, yes, the sun is come round to the root of your chart where it is at this time every year. So it looks like the focus is going to be on the domestic side of life or on the private base of operations, wherever you are. You may look around you and think that you'd like to improve things in your space. Your work setup maybe, or maybe be helping somebody with theirs, quite literally moving things around, hoofing things out, bringing things in maybe. You'll tend to focus upon emotional foundations as well, and there may be more interaction with family, tribe, or within the local community. But you'll be far from feeling stuck, as your private environment may become chattier and busier. By that I mean, your sort of known territory. You as well could be more the visitor in somebody else's little territory. Also, you may be making good connections over the wires, or when you're making short journeys round and about, you should be feeling sociable and mobile within your community, with more comings and goings lightly, and that can be, out over quite an area around you, or where you're spending most of the day, or both. So it's a great time for making friends, for brothers and sisters as well. Also to, because you're going to have with Venus in that area, you're going to have the smooth tongues. So you can be very good at buying, selling, negotiation type situations, and also really getting your point across in a kind of striking the right balance there. Ironing out any differences, if there are any, between you and others. Also being, enjoying more, through the arts, entertainments, music, dancing, or any other area there through the arts. So just enjoying that more as your entertainment. That's up until the 21st. From the 2nd to the 5th, there could be a dip in your energy, or maybe things are just going slower there because there's more of a challenge there in some way. From the 11th to the 14th, there could be a radical shift in your feelings, but you could be bottling things up. Also, from the 17th to the 19th, you'll have to work hard to juggle worldly commitments, with home and family obligations. Now, happily, Jupiter is at the root of your chart, and that is a huge bonus. Going to be there until mid-year, and that brings with it an increased sense of stability wherever you are, and security. Really, that springs from within you. But externally, your base of operations could change, expand, or improve, or have more people in it, or maybe you're putting add-ons in the space, or around. Could mean that you're coming and going more. You've got interests, at a distance from you. If you're looking, this is a good time to move. Or have intermittent access to an environment that you prefer, which may be at a distance. So you could be traveling more with Jupiter here at the root of your chart. That's up until June, as I say. Now, Jupiter's a teacher planet, so you'll be learning a lot from this. You'll be growing through this. indicates that you'll be learning new things from those kind of in the close environment, whether that's a working environment or within your home personal environment. And even though it may be a neighborhood or a culture which is to you at least strange, exotic, unfamiliar, simply not what you're used to. Now Uranus is also now from March at the bottom of your chart and will be there for 7 years. And this can mean lots of different things depending on other factors. But in general, at the moment, as a sort of thumbnail of this, it means significant changes in your life, but also in the life of family members. Change in the dynamics with family members is likely, and that will maybe affect the home base, a change of location, a change of domestic routines. This Uranian energy is going to send ripples through your life from these very sort of fundamental levels of your life. And there could very well be several changes of seen or within family dynamics during the time that Uranus is in this part of your chart, and whenever it comes within range of an important point in your chart. So it's not going to be switched on all of the time. Your foundations may be rocked from time to time, though, when it does make this connection. And you'll have to be very flexible and adaptable, because as a matter of fact, this energy isn't a negative energy at all. It's just meant to be freeing you up from outmoded scenarios, and old, maybe habit patterns. And, you'll feel every now and again uncertain because you'll be in a very, very sort of new environment. At the moment in April, Capricorns born on the first 4 days, or those Capricorns born in the first 3 degrees of Capricorn rising, or should I say those natives out there born with the first 3 degrees of Capricorn rising, are going to be feeling this vibration most strongly. Saturn and Pluto, they're in a long cycle, and both of those are impacting your sign very strongly. Pluto in your sun sign, Saturn coming at you from Libra. That's having you, depending which stage you're at with this, wondering about your long-term direction, can be in your personal life, but it can be to do with career matters in particular, but actually it's probably across the board. So career, personal life, but also with your own, the way you project yourself into the world, the way you want to be seen now, the role you're playing. And this is in the background all the time when you're making decisions and trying to make up your mind about which way to go in the now. So really, where these two are, you should be looking for ways to build new structure for yourself, put down new footings into the earth, and along the way, much of where you've been and who you've been there with will fall by the wayside, and old habits as well. It's not just about them out there; it's about you in here. Will fall by the wayside, and the role that others got used to seeing you in, that's going to be changing as well, and your behavior is likely to be changing also, and you need to be open to that, need to be open to rethinking, upgrading, evolving, really, so that you can feel more secure and get the status or the recognition or the reward that you deserve, and subsequent improvements in all of those areas, at home, with the basic stuff, with the emotional stuff inside, with the relationships and with the job. Neptune moves temporarily into Pisces April the 5th and stays in there for a few months, and then goes out but comes back in again February 2012 for many, many, many years. where it's been for around about a decade, it's brought uncertainty or blurred boundaries related to financial matters or property matters, at times, depending on when it connected with your natal chart. The Neptunian vibration is going to beam through the communications sector now, helping you to develop your communication skills, your people skills, but in a more creative, imaginative kind of a way, and will also start to open up your higher channels. And some of you will be surprised at your telepathic ability, or just little coincidences. Your intuitive sensitivity will increase to the degree you pick up from others how they feel, and also from places. Capricorns born in the first couple of days, or 2 degrees of Capricorn rising, are going to be feeling this vibration most over April. So that sounds interesting. And from the 20th, you're going to be walking with a lighter step. Well, that's it for April. If you know your rising sign, listen to that too. It'll throw another light on what I've said here. And I'll see you the next time.